The wasteland stretched out like a forgotten canvas, slathered in hues of rust and ash. The sun, a dim, pale orb, hung low in the sky, casting long shadows across the remnants of what was once a mighty city. I stood on the skeletal remains of what had been a shopping mall, a giant which had fallen victim to time, war, and decay. My name is Callie, and I roam the ruins of New Atlanta, a place once bursting with life, now a graveyard for memories and both tangible and intangible dreams. Footsteps crunching on broken glass were a constant reminder that I was not alone. Whether they belonged to raiders, mutants, or something worse, even I could not yet say. I felt a familiar twinge of anxiety coil in my gut. I perched on a nearby facade of crumbling concrete, eyes scanning the debris-strewn streets below. The skyline was punctuated by the jagged outlines of skyscrapers, now little more than hollow shells, some leaning precariously, their windows gaping like hollow eyes. Here, the past wept silently, echoing the lives once lived within its bounds. The echoes of laughter and argument, love and loss, lingered in the air, thin and cracked like the streets beneath my feet. My scavenger's instincts kicked in as I spotted a cluster of what looked like unspoiled equipment near an overturned car. I adjusted my bandolier, pulling a tattered leather jacket tighter around my shoulders. Survival was not merely a goal, it was an art form, and I had learned the strokes after many years of practice. Peering around cautiously, I breathed in rhythm, calming my racing heart as I slid down from my perch to scavenge the cargo. Before I could make my move, a sharp sound pierced the silence, a metal clang, followed by a harsh laugh. "Look at this little scavenger," a voice sneered. "Gonna get rich picking through our leftovers, huh?" My heart dropped. Raiders. The scourge of the wasteland. I glanced up, spotted 3 men and a woman, all adorned in patches of leather and flowing rags. Gnarled weapons rested casually at their sides, and their beady eyes were filled with scorn and hunger. "Got a pretty little face there, girl," said the woman, a smirk stretching across her scarred lips. The others chuckled, cruelly. Fear coiled tighter within me, but I couldn't afford to show it. I didn't respond. Instead, my focus sharpened, picking my escape route as they advanced. I was nimble, survival taught me to be. I knew I could outrun them, but it would have been no easy feat. "Where do you think you're going?" One of the men balked, now just a few steps away. The other 2 slowly circled behind me, trapping me against the wall. I was cornered. I wanted to scream but held my voice at bay, channeling my fear into resolve. I carefully reached for my pistol, concealed at my waist under my coat. I hadn't wanted to use this weapon, but it seemed like I didn't have a choice now. The click of my gun could mean the difference between life and death. "Back off," I warned, attempting to enunciate my threat with an unshakable tone as I leveled the weapon at them. "You're not worth the trouble." Their laughter faded, replaced by a tense silence. I could see in their eyes that they hadn't expected a fight. The girl stepped closer, a flare of mischief igniting her demeanor, but I refused to let my eyes waver. "Cute little trick, sweetheart," she cooed mockingly, but her bravado wavered. "But that's not gonna kill us." In that instant, I felt a spark of something deeper than instinct: defiance. There was a frosty silence before a shattering crash erupted behind me, as a piece of the building crumbled. They flinched, their momentary distraction filling me with adrenaline. I ran. I scrambled between a stack of broken crates and a rusted-out car, years of waste blocking their view. I vaulted over the remains of a wall, cutting through the debris-strewn alleyways, with practiced precision. Somewhere behind